Sometimes I know when you're in a certain situation where you can't really be doing a lot of things, especially when you're younger, man, it really kind of just sucks. Like, you know, you hear about everybody else partying and like going out all the time and exploring, discovering, and doing all this stuff. And it's like nowadays, there's some people, honestly, a lot of people that just don't have time anymore, and everyone's caught up trying to just survive with this economy. And the thing that's always gotten me is when people call you boring because you're doing the things that you need to be doing. You're focused on the right track, on doing stuff that will only make your future and others' futures better, a higher quality of living. Because instead of spending your time to, waste money on parties where most likely people will be drinking and not really be genuine as themselves, or maybe they will. I know drinking affects people differently, but regardless, you can never. It's a very unstable, and honestly not a trusted way to really talk to someone. And it just really goes to show that, yeah, if you're doing all the uninteresting and all the necessary things, you will be called boring. And honestly, I don't know if people meant it as an insult, but even if they did, just don't take it to heart, Don't take it too much too personal. Um, because if anything, even if they mean it as an insult, it's only reminding you that, hey, at least you're on track. You're doing the things that you need to be doing. You're already maturing and focused on things that many people aren't, or simply lack discipline to be. And it's really not something to be ashamed of. People have different situations, and unfortunately, many people don't have understanding of that. Um, like for in my case, being homeless is it's not something really to take light of. Um, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't have money to do anything. No, of course, I know what I need to do, and I know how to save and budget and all that. Being homeless doesn't necessarily correlate to being broke. And that's another unfortunate thing that I'll be discussing in another video that people also seem to not be able to wrap their heads around. You could be homeless and you could have a phone. You could be homeless and you could have a car. You could be homeless and have a lot of things. It just means you don't have a home. Now, whether you tend to do the things that you need to do is all up on to you. Just don't let any labels or names get to the best of you, because if you let yourself be taken aback or taken down by simple words, then what real discipline do you have anyways? And I don't just mean from an external situation. I mean an internal thing as well. Don't don't let your own words get to your head, or your own thoughts get to your head to where you're judging yourself too much. Yes, you should criticize yourself on things that you need to improve, but if you're not immediately getting said results, that doesn't mean you're not doing it right or that you're not doing it as fast. Take your time and be smart with the way you handle things going forward. And try to enjoy the small things. Even if you aren't able to go out and do all these amazing things and see these amazing places for now, always try to look for the smaller things in life. And this can very well mean literally, or physically at least. Even if it's a simple sunshine or sunrise, the small bug on the street, the cats, the stray cats that roam around, simple rain, things like that. People nowadays just tend to see it as an inconvenience. But sometimes, if you look back, even the smallest of things can have the biggest effect on the way of your trajectory if you're going forward. Just make sure you're not too hard on yourself, alright?